We can now use the more general model of choice in the presence of risk to think about how risk is priced in general equilibrium. For this we can use the tools we developed in Chapter 16, in particular the Edgeworth box. We imagine an island where on half the island the soil is such that bananas grow really well in rain, and on the other half of the island the soil is such that bananas grow very well in dry seasons. Person 1 owns the half of the island that responds well to rain, whereas person 2 owns the half of the island where bananas grow well in dry seasons. The dry season or drought happens with probability delta, and the rainy season happens with probability 1 minus delta. We then represent person 1's endowment outcome bundle as the bundle where bananas are abundant in the rainy season on the horizontal axis, but not so much in the dry season on the vertical axis. In the absence of any trade between person 1 and 2, person 1's utility level can then be represented by the indifference curve that passes through his endowment outcome bundle. Person 2's endowment outcome bundle, on the other hand, has lots of bananas in the dry season on the vertical axis and few in the rainy season on the horizontal axis. Her utility level in the absence of any trade can then again be represented by her indifference curve that passes through her endowment outcome bundle. In panel C, we'll combine panels A and B to construct the Edgeworth box. We'll begin by moving panel A into panel C. We then flip over person 2's axes and move it into panel C in such a way that the endowment outcome bundles overlap. This is exactly how we constructed an Edgeworth box in Chapter 16. The lens-shaped area between the two indifference curves indicates the set of outcome bundles that would be preferred by both individuals 1 and 2. It's an indication of their desire for insurance. They would prefer to give up some of the bananas they create in the good state in exchange for getting some bananas in the bad state. For person 1, the good state is the rainy season, whereas for person 2, the good state is the drought season. We've assumed that banana output in the rainy season is exactly as much for person 1 as banana output in the dry season is for person 2. And banana output in the rainy season for person 2 is exactly the same as banana output in the dry season for person 1. This implies that the island overall will always produce the same number of bananas. It's just that more of them get produced on one side of the island versus the other, depending on whether the dry or the rainy season hits. The island overall, therefore, faces no risk. It's just the two individuals by themselves face risk. And we'll say that in this case, the economy is facing no aggregate risk. As a result, the Edgeworth box is a square, and the 45-degree line connects the two corners of the box. In graph 17.10, we'll then investigate how the equilibrium prices emerge that govern trade between these two individuals. In other words, how risk is priced in such an economy. In graph 17.11, we'll expand our analysis to include aggregate risk.